Let's now talk about the Trump approval rating on coronavirus. Hint, it has absolutely imploded. Now, you might remember a few weeks ago, now I guess really like 3.5 weeks ago, earlier in the coronavirus pandemic, we saw that Donald Trump was sporting a pretty healthy approval rating when it came to his handling of the virus. And we were wondering why. And most likely it was a few things that were sort of buoying, for lack of a better term, Donald Trump's approval rating in general and on the virus. Number one, there was the sort of rally around the president factor, which is often in play early in a crisis, where you have more people than agree with the president politically say, I support the president and they're doing a good job, at least so far. You also, 3.5 weeks ago, had a whole bunch of US states that didn't have many cases. So there were many more people in the country that could feel, rightly or wrongly, like it was under control because their state didn't have many cases. Now, of course, it is a virus, meaning it spreads virally. We now have 13 states with more than 5,000 cases. We have 30 states with more than 1,000 cases, and every single state other than Wyoming has had deaths. So both the reality of rally around the president and the reality of my state's doing fine, both of those things have changed. They've faded. And the disapproval now of Trump on the virus is up 9 points. It was 43% disapproval in mid-March. It is up to 52% disapproval. That's a climb of more than 20%. And if things keep going the way they're going, both in terms of the numbers and in terms of Trump's unhinged response, I would expect that disapproval on Trump's handling of the virus is going to keep going up. The rally around the flag, rally around the leader stuff is very common, but it doesn't last forever. And we have had one of the worst responses total. We are testing per capita 39th in the world. Trump regularly claims we are doing the most tests per capita. We're not really sure he understands what per capita means, but he claims that we're doing the most tests per capita. Trump insults reporters at press conferences who ask real questions. Trump attacks media outlets. Trump recommends dangerous behavior, suggests medications during press conferences, brags about dating models during his press briefings. And every day, we are continuing to see more and more states have these bigger and bigger numbers of cases. Eventually, it was bound to affect his approval. Now, a few things to keep in mind. Number one, this kind of piggybacks on our earlier story about the World Mental Health Coalition demanding Trump be removed. Number one, Trump's approval on coronavirus may keep going down if his handling of the virus remains poor, but the power of cults is very strong, and Trump has a powerful cult around him that is going to support him no matter what. We're going to get to that a little bit later with some examples, but just like Jim Jones got his followers to drink cyanide-laced Kool-Aid, Trump's followers are going to keep insisting that Trump is handling this well, just like Trump says he's doing during his own press briefings. So we can only expect his approval to fall a little bit more because of that cultish support around him. Number two, there will be no consequences to Donald Trump's mishandling of this crisis unless we remove him in November, which means voting. He's not going to be impeached. He's not going to be removed by the 25th Amendment, none of it. So is it good that Trump's approval on coronavirus is coming down instead of going up? Yeah, of course it's good. It means some of the people in this country are at least tangentially tied to reality. But Trump's response to the virus has been diabolical and depraved. And to see disapproval after 2 months at only 52% is incredibly disturbing. And so we just need to be realistic in our expectations. Death toll goes up. They claim the death toll isn't accurate. We started seeing that last week. Cases spike wildly. They claim it's only because our testing is so good and so widespread. So we've got to remember they will always talk their way out of any piece of data that we can present. And we can only expect the approval to fall so much because of the cult of personality around Donald Trump. And a little bit later in the show, I will have some stunning video of some of these cultists that you won't believe, or maybe you will believe if you've been watching this show and paying attention to the news for the last few years. Want to remind you, this Thursday, April 9, we are doing a one-day membership bomb. We lost 389 members in March, the most we've ever seen cancel. And it's because of the tightening of the belt around the virus. We understand it. Everybody is in many people are in a precarious situation. So we get it. So the idea is this Thursday, we're going to do a 1-day membership special, biggest discount of the year. If you want to be notified by email of the membership discount code, grab a mailing list subscription for free at davidpakman.com. Just sign up for our mailing list this Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. An email will go out with a code. And the idea is we've already lost a bunch of members early in April. We lost 389 in March. We want to try to do something cohesive and community oriented to try to bring back some of that support. We're all in this thing together. Get on that mailing list at davidpakman.com. In the meantime, let me know on Twitter, are you watching Trump's press briefings on the virus every day, most days, once a week, never? I want to hear from you. I'm on Twitter at @dpakman. Check this out. The first 500 people who see this video and go to davidpakman.com/skill will get a premium membership to Skillshare for 2 months completely free. Skillshare is the online learning community with thousands of classes on almost anything you can imagine, always taught by experts. They have classes on drawing, painting, photography, video editing, web design, running a small business, and much more. I recently took a very interesting class called Simple Productivity, How to Accomplish More with Less, and got a bunch of great personal productivity tips out of it. We should allow ourselves a little time every week to either get creative, keep your brain sharp, learn something new. It's great for mental health, and almost all the classes are under an hour. So it's very easy for someone who's busy to take advantage of it. With Skillshare, you can discover a new passion, explore something you didn't know you would enjoy, but there's also plenty of classes for people with experience, so you can just get better at something you're already good at. And again, the first 500 people who see this video and go to davidpakman.com/skill will get a completely free premium membership for 2 whole months, giving you access to every class Skillshare offers. Check it out. I put the link right underneath this video.